وبركاته السادة الزملاء، يعني نعتذر عن التأخير ونتمنى إن شاء الله إن هو يكون يوم مثمر مع حضراتكم. ومعنا النهاردة الأستاذة رنا خالد والأستاذة مي زاهر، إن شاء الله هيبقوا معاكم في التدريب، وأي تعليقات إن شاء الله نحتفظ بيها في نهاية التدريب، إلا لو هم طلبوا منكم حاجة تعلقوا عليها. وبعد إذن حضراتكم الموجهين العموم هناخد حضور السادة الزملاء في القاعات، وما تشغلوش دماغكم يعني في التصوير وكده، هنبعت لكم إن شاء الله الباوربوينت في نهاية اليوم. وشكرا لوجود حضراتكم، مش عايزين نعطلكم أكتر من كده في كلام كتير، وهنبدأ مع أستاذة رنا.
Hello everyone, how's it going? How's your day shaping up? This is me, Ms. Rana Khalid Mustafa. I'm an English teacher, secondary English teacher. I would like to say that heartfelt gratitude is expressed to the exceptional, splendid, and exquisite contributions of our Egyptian health experts for their invaluable collaboration in the development of our new English curricula. Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? So you can all hear me?
سامعينك.
Yes. اوكي، الصوت واضح يا جماعة؟ كله سامع؟ في أي مشكلة في الصوت؟ في حد عنده أي مشكلة في الصوت؟ تمام؟
الصوت بتاع حضرتك واصل يا فندم. صوت واصل.
طيب تمام.
خلي الصوت بعد إذن حضرتك شوية. صوت واطي.
طيب ماشي.
تمام، شكرا. So I would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to the exceptional, splendid, exquisite contributions of our English health experts of their invaluable collaboration in the development of our English new curricula. Also, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Hala Abdesalam and our spiritual leader, Dr. Iman Youssef. Also, my sincere gratitude and devotion to you, my dear teachers. Your dedicated efforts are deeply appreciated. You play a pivotal role in empowering the students and pave their path to exceptional learning journey. Okay, so let us start our presentation for today. So عايزة أفتحها كده. عايزين كده. اوكي. طبعا يا جماعه التدريب دوت تحت رعايه معالي الوزير السيد محمد عبد اللطيف وزير التربيه والتعليم الفني، وطبعا تحت توجيهات الدكتوره هاله عبد السلام خفاجي رئيس الاداره المركزيه للتعليم العام والمشرف على مستشاري المواد الدراسيه، وطبعا باشراف الدكتوره او الاستاذه ايمان محمود يوسف مستشار ماده اللغه الانجليزيه. والنهارده طبعا البرزنتيشن او التريننج بتاعنا فور ذا برايمري ستيج للمرحله الابتدائيه. So the presentation is talking about primary English curriculum at a glance and presented to you by Ms. Rana Khalid Mustafa. First of all, I would like to have a 5-minute icebreaker, and I think that this icebreaker is going to change our perspective and our notions or ideas about the view or the philosophy of the book of the new curriculum that we are having here between our hands. Can you see me clearly? Because you have to see me clearly. Can you see me clearly? I think that you can see me clearly. I need you to raise your hand straight up, so like this. Could you please raise your hand like this? Could you please raise your hands, please, all of you? Could you please? Do you see me? Okay. هم شايفيني كده صح؟ لا.
شايفين البرزنتيشن.
هو شايفين برزنتيشن بس؟ طب كان ممكن يشوفوني؟
ايه؟
ممكن يشوفوني بس يشوفوا الصورة؟
كده تمام حضرتك. الصوت والصورة تمام.
ممكن نكمل بس.
Okay, let's go on.
خلاص
You can see?
Yes, we can see you. Yeah.
Oh, شايفيني تقريبا.
We can
Okay,
see you.
so okay, I need all of you, please. Could you raise your hand straight up like so? Could you raise your hand straight? Yes. And I need you to point with your index finger to the ceiling like this. Yes, well done. Now I need you to take your index finger and place it on your chin. Yes. Okay, place it on your chin. Well done. And now look at your person next to you and say that is not your chin. So you are placing your index finger where? On your chin or on your cheek? Yes, okay. So you see that I placed my index finger on my cheek, not on my chin. And I think that most of you have did the same as me. Do you see? Why? Because we only give attention to what we see, not what we hear or listen to, because the language always takes a process, always takes time to process and to understand it. And I think that we are teachers, we always take care of what we shall say, how does the lesson look like, how does it look, does it sound interesting or does it not sound interesting, but we never take care of our body language. We never take care about how we use the body language and gestures around us. And this is a very important message for us, that if you would like yourself to be well perceived, you have to know how to speak, and you have to take care of the gestures and the body language that you are using inside the classroom. So this is the first message that I would like to deliver to you from this icebreaker, that all of you bring all this success into the class according to your body language, according to your mentality, according to your well-being. So if you are satisfied and happy enough, so the attitude inside your class also going to be like satisfied and happy. If you feel happy, so the students will feel happy too. If you feel sad or frustrated or gutted, I think that your students as well will feel gutted and frustrated or depressed like you are feeling. Did you get it? Why? Because they always give attention of your movements, of your gestures, of your body language, not give attention to the language, because always language takes time before processing it. Did you get it? Okay, so let's move to another slide. Can you see the slide? Can you see the slide in front of you carefully? Can you see it? Okay, did you see it? Okay, now I would like to ask you a question. How many circles were there in the slide? How many circles were there in the slide? I bet that you are asking yourself that.
I gave you burden, but you changed it.
How many? Did you get it? Did you get it?
No,
How many circles were there in the
You got back to the first slide.
6, 5, 4, 3. So who could tell me how many? ممكن اخد الانسرز الاجابات.
Excuse me, doctor. But you get back
How
to
many?
the first slide.
How many circles?
اتفضلي جاوبي.
Okay? You can answer?
Please, the picture is not clear. You got back to the first slide.
Yes, I know that this is the first slide. You just gave you the picture for only 3 seconds, and after that I moved it in order to ask you how many circles were there. Can you did it? Can you do it?
No, we didn't.
You didn't. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna give you another slide, but this time I'm gonna give you a fraction of second, and I'm asking you a direct question to find how many circles in this slide, okay? Did you copy? Did you get it? How many circles were there? How many circles were there?
3
Yes,
for sure.
you can. How many?
3 for sure.
Yes, excellent. 3 circles. Well done. So I'm going to ask you a question now. Why you didn't find out how many circles in the first slide, but in the next slide, in the next slide, you can get it easily, much faster.
Yes, it wasn't
Could
the
you?
glance.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So why I did so? If you looked at the
To pay attention.
if you looked at this slide, we can find that the slide is overloaded with too much information. And also, you didn't know at the beginning what was the purpose of the slide. And I didn't ask you a direct question about what you are going to find out about the slide. And it is also with overloaded information, too much information gathered in the slide. But if you looked at the next slide, you can find that only the most important thing you can find in the slide. Go on. Okay, so sorry for interruption. Sorry for interruption. أنا اتحرك
لا كملي
كمل. Okay, sorry for interruption, but Dr. Hala Abdesalam had just arrived and she wants to say hello to you. So please let's try to welcome her. Dr. Hala Abdesalam.
كمل يا استاذ. خليه يعلي الريت شويه. طيب عندي ما عندناش بس الصوت واصل. الصوت واصل مفيش مشاكل. كملي بقى. عايز الصوت عشان عايز الصوت. شكل علي الريت بس.
انا عايزه شكل الفرق. فاهميني اقصد ايه؟ مش هينفع كده يا محمد، مش هينفع الكلام ده.
يعني تفتح الصور كلها، قصد الدكتور.
ثانية بس لما نشوف.
هو الصوت مش واضح عندنا.
صباح الخير على حضراتكم جميعا. احنا سعداء جدا طبعا بتواجد حضراتكم النهارده معانا في هذا التدريب، ونتمنى باذن الله ان هو يكون تدريب مفيد لحضراتكم جميعا. يعني مش عارفه، يعني انا يعني حاسه بسبب التواجد الكبير ان في استجابه باذن الله. وطبعا انا بتوجه بالشكر الجزيل لمستشاره الماده الدكتوره ايمان يوسف وفريق العمل المعاون ليها، وبنتمنى باذن الله ان انتم تحققوا اعلى استفاده. المرحله القادمه باذن الله بتوجيهات معالي الوزير الدكتور محمد عبد اللطيف هتشهد مجموعه كبيره جدا من تدريبات الفتره الجايه فيما يخص رفع كفاءه معلمي اللغه الانجليزيه، سواء للمرحله الابتدائيه او الاعداديه او الثانويه. ويمكن انتوا هتشوفوا ده الفتره الجايه، ويمكن احنا ماشي كده كويس، ويمكن احنا طلبنا من حضراتكم يمكن في حاجه قريب جدا اليومين اللي جايين. ومش عارفه بقى الدكتوره ايمان بلغتكم ولا لا، لكن في مجموعه من حضراتكم هيتم اختيارهم كسفراء لتطوير اللغه الانجليزيه، وهياخدوا مجموعه تدريبات مكثفه يعني مع المركز الثقافي البريطاني وجهات اخرى. احنا كل اللي يهمنا طبعا رفع كفاءة معلمي اللغة الإنجليزية بشكل كبير جدا. انتوا كويسين، بس احنا عايزينكم تبقوا كويسين أكتر وأكتر في كل حاجة يعني بإذن الله. ويعني ربنا يوفق الجميع، وإن شاء الله يكون تدريب موفق. و
المفترض ان التدريب بيستهدف الاساسيات او الفلسفه الخاصه بمنهج الفصل الدراسي الثاني. ماشي يا استاذ محمد. الفصل الدراسي الثاني فيما يخص المرحله الابتدائيه والاعداديه، وحضراتكم طبعا عارفين حساسيه المرحله الابتدائيه والمرحله الاعداديه، وحضراتكم طبعا عارفين ان التطوير لحق جميع المراحل في اللغه الانجليزيه على وجه التحديد، ابتداء من رياض الاطفال من KG1 لغايه ثالثه ثانوي. فده الحقيقه كان انجاز كبير جدا، وزمايلكم شاركوا معانا في اعداد هذه المناهج، وعشان كده احنا ان شاء الله مش هنحس بغربة فيها خالص، لان زي ما بقول لحضراتكم زمايلكم شاركوا معانا في اعداد هذه المناهج، وربنا يوفقكم جميعا. تحياتي لحضراتكم جميعا وبالتوفيق دايما. هالة عبد السلام، رئيس قطاع التعليم العام في وزارة التربية والتعليم. شكرا.
They will be let down. Okay, so welcome back to the presentation. Sorry for the interruptions, but a great devotion and gratitude to Dr. Hela Abdesalam for being here. And she was really clear about her attendance and saying hello to all of you, my devoted, splendid, exquisite teachers all over Egypt. Hello, everyone, again. Gentle reminder with you, Ms. Rana Khalid. Okay, and we were speaking about what we were talking about, the irrelevant information that we always put inside the sessions. Yes, okay. Go. Go on. Okay, so I would like to show you something here. Okay, I would like to show you something here. If we looked at this slide and I asked you to look at the slide, but I didn't give you exact question about what to find out about it. And the next, so when I ask it to you, when I just remove the slide and ask it to how many circles were there in the slide, you didn't figure out and you didn't know what you are searching for. But when I give you the second slide like this and you were given like a fraction of a second in order to, In order to find out exact question, how many circles were there, you can figure out how many of them, and you said 3. And what is the difference between these two slides? That in the first one, there were too much information inside it, and you didn't know the aim or the purpose or the perspective of this slide, why it was there. You didn't know what is the point of it. But when I show you this one, it was clear, simple, precise, and the question was clear, direct, and you can find out the answer so easy, in an easy way. And why? Because this is how we communicate with our students inside the classroom. We always toss irrelevant information at their faces, but the most important thing that we have to know what to add, what to remove, not what to add, in order to only leave the most important message you would like to deliver or convey to your students inside the classroom. So this is the point here. Now, from these two icebreakers, the most important thing that we have taken out from them is what? Body language, gestures, and you have to bring to the class the well-being, how well-being is good or bad, or whether you are frustrated or happy, or you feel like excited, they will feel excited as well. And the second thing that you have to know what to remove, not what to add, in order to leave the important point and the crucial point, or the aim or the perspective of what you are going to teach for your students for each session or lesson. Did you get it? Okay. So this is a quote in front of you. Education is not the filling of a pair, but the lighting of a fire. The curriculum is a journey, not a destination. Just try to focus on the learning process, experiences, and the growth rather than just outcomes. What do you think about this quote? Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree? What do you think about this? Do you think that this curriculum or the textbook that you are having between your hands is a journey or a destination? What do you think about it? Do you think this is only a journey or this is a destination? Do you agree with this quote or not? If you agree, you can raise your hands and you can just do thumbs up. And if you don't agree, you can just do thumbs down. What do you think? I just need you to show some emotions out there. Yes, yes, my exquisite teachers. Okay, so the sound is clear, I think that. So say, okay, I can know that in Giza, they agree about this quote. What about others? Do you agree or disagree? I just need you to raise your hands. Thumbs up if you agree, or thumbs down if you don't agree. What about this? Okay, so none, no response. Lower their hand. Okay. What do you think about this? Choose anyone? Okay, Suez, my governor. Okay, Suez, is there? My people, I'm from Suez, so I just would like to send my greetings to my people out there. So, Suez is out there.
Suez.
Okay, or Ismailia? Anyone? Yes. Walaikum assalam. So what do you think about this quote, Ismailia? Do you agree with this or disagree? You think that this curriculum or the textbook that you are having between your hands is a journey or not a destination? What do you think about this? Is it clear?
Curriculum is a journey. It's a good thing, not a destination. We agree with that.
So you agree with this?
Yes.
Okay, so I think, thank you, Ismail, for
To help
responding. Thank
students
you.
practice more in a fun way.
Okay, excellent. So you help your students in order to like create their experiences and to grow them, make them shine and glow. And this is so important rather than concentrating or focusing on just the outcomes or the aims at the beginning of the sessions and what they are going to learn from at the end of the session. Thank you, Ismail, for your response. Thank you for your participation. Okay, so let's go on. The first question I think that you are asking yourselves about is why the curriculum is designed the way it is. And I think that we have two main reasons for why this curriculum is designed in that way. The first one here is like a holistic learning. Have you ever heard about this before? What does it mean, the word holistic? Any one of you have heard this expression before? Any one of you could know what does it mean, the word holistic learning? Holistic learning, okay. Any given rate can just raise your hand if you know this expression. Yes, anyone? غربية, North Sinai. Anyone? Choose anyone. You can choose anyone, okay. في البحيرة, I think that they are raising their hands.
تفضل البحيرة. البحيرة.
Yes, help the students to have language skills.
Yes, please. Okay, so do you know what does this mean, this expression, holistic learning? Can you know it?
Yes, through helping the students having a good language skills and helping them to be a better individual, to help the society after that.
Okay, thank you. Well done. Very good. Thank you. Yep, you would like to add something else?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, thank you, Behira, for your participation. And now let's go on. You know that this curriculum is not just about teaching English, it's about shaping well-rounded individuals. We are not talking about only teaching English, we are talking about building the characters of our students and the classes out there. And this is also, we build their language skills alongside life skills. For example, like kindness, sharing, and responsibility, and other values and ethics that they may learn inside the class. So this is the aim of holistic learning. What else? We also made this in another way, in another reason, because of progressive learning. What does this mean, the word progressive learning? I think that each unit is like building a block. You know that all the units are out there, they are not separated, they are also connected to each other, whether through the topics or whether this is a series of topics altogether. So each unit is like a building block, and the focus moves from foundational language, for example, like greetings and knowing objects in English and how to express more about them. After that, we move to more complex concepts. When we know about greetings, after that, we know how to say greetings in family gatherings and how to speak about family gatherings altogether. And also, we can just speak about some complex concepts like inventions and the new inventions out there or the old ones and how could be in the future. And also we can speak about future transportation, and all of these items are so important because they are so related and authentic, genuine, and relating to the real life that they are having outside the school worlds. What other reasons that we are made this curriculum for? The last reason for this is interactive and engaging ones. You know that this curriculum is also concentrating and focusing on the interactive and engaging activities, and all this by using the phonics altogether with hands-on activities. There are too many hands-on activities that are found inside the book. Also think that you can create or made inside your classes. Also, visuals makes learning fun and haunting, memorable. They cannot forget it. They are so haunting in their memories and ensuring retention and engagement. For these 3 reasons, we just made this curriculum in the way that you are seeing in front of you. As we said before, holistic and progressive learning, interactive and engaging. Okay, so we are going to have a detailed breakdown of the units. We are going to dig into different units from different stages in the primary stage, from grade 1 to grade 6. But before I just dig into these units and speak about each unit specifically about each one of them, I would like to give you some effective steps that if you made or if you gave attention or paid attention to these steps, you can help you inside your classes. First of all, you have to gain your students' attention and interests. After that, try to infer students' objective time. Try to stimulate and recall the schemata or the prior learning and engage them in the process. After engaging them in the process, started to present the content. This is your way, the demonstration that you are doing inside the classroom. And always try to use a warm language, because warm language is always the key inside the class. Try to build a rapport between you and your students inside the class. If your class or if your students felt that this is a very good and secure environment inside the class, they can perceive anything and receive anything that you are saying. Anything that you're saying inside the class will be well taught. Why? Because you just build a good relationship between you and your students, and they are eager to listen to what you are saying, whatever and whenever you are saying. Did you get it? After that, you introducing the content or the textbook that you are having in a warm language, start to provide language guidance. You have to be the guide to the language that you are presenting inside the class. And after that, the evaluation, testing, presenting, you can use group activity, questioning and answering, all together, use them in different ways in order to deliver the information or the knowledge that you are teaching to students. And most of all, the most crucial thing that you have to do, that you have to make the material sticky. What does this mean, the word sticky? Sticky, we can just do it in the abbreviation of the word mud. Mud, like M for memorable, the material, the textbook, the book you are having, try to make it memorable for your students, and U for usable, and D for durable. Durable means that still recalled and used again and again, over and over and over. It's not something from the imagination, it's not something away from the real life. All you have to do is to make them use the language in a very effective and fruitful way, and not something separated from their own lives. Also, there are too many things that you have to prepare. You have to prepare yourself before entering the class. You have to be well praised. Why? Because if you didn't prepare it well, if you weren't prepared well, I think that you cannot deliver the message that you would like to convey for your students. So there are too many things, a number of things that you, before the lesson, should be prepared. First of all, you have to know your learners' needs and interests. And I think that all of you have done this in the first semester. You have known all the students inside their class, you know their background information, you have known their background cultures, and you have known the environment that you are teaching in. After that, you have to prepare well-prepared examples. Too many examples, well-prepared ones, in order to be introduced and praised in front of you. Grouping and using interactive patterns. Try to use different and differentiate interactive patterns, such as grouping their work, individuals and others, and etc. Also, you have to know how to organize your board work. The board must be neat and organized, because this is the main and the only source that you can introduce to your students for them to follow in the rest of the session. The instructions should be simple, clear, and concise, not complex one in order to be understood, because they are in the primary stage in very early age, and they need to be well understood, and this is going to be through the clear instructions. The materials, you have to prepare materials or additional materials if you have extra time, and I doubt that we can have extra times. So you have to know the material that you are introducing in that way. And the last thing that you have to prepare is what ifs. There must be plan B for everything that you are doing inside the class. What if that something went wrong? Did you get it? Okay. So now let's dig in the detailed breakdown of the units. I'm going to give you a chunk of knowledge, a chunks of information that may be useful and fruitful for you for each grade in some specific unit that you are going to deal with inside the second semester. Okay, so if we just look at the screen, we can find that this is my week, and this is unit 1 that you're going to be exposed to for grade 1. Those who are teaching grade 1, you are going to open the next or the second semester with this unit, my week. Let's dive into teaching. What is the purpose of this unit? What are the main aims and objectives of the unit? You know that the most important thing and crucial or pivotal thing that you have to know, what is the purpose of your teaching, what kind of consequences or results that may be dealt with such a lesson. So the focus of this unit, we are talking about days of the week and daily routine concerning eating habits, simple sentence structures, or food vocabulary. These are the main aims or perspectives that you have to deliver to students in this unit. What are the teaching methods that may be used in such a unit? You can use storytelling. You can share a simple story about your week, mentioning days and daily routines. So you have to start with yourself as a teacher, as a role model for them. So you model first, and then they infer, and after that they elaborate. So you can use the storytelling, and you can share a very simple story about your week. It shouldn't be complex because they are grade 1, very simple sentence structures. Also, you can use some visual aids, and you know that the visual aids are so important at these early ages because they always give attention to what they see, not to what they listen to. Can you see it at the icebreaker that we have done at the beginning of the session, that the language always takes time before processing, and they always take care about what they see, not about what they hear. So visual aid is going to be so beneficial and fruitful in such a lesson. You can use a weekly calendar and I think that this is for limited resources. If you don't have resources or a widely open resources, you can use a calendar from your home, or you can ask them to bring their calendars from their homes and make something like authentic and bring some reality from their own homes. Also, you can use flashcards, and I think the flashcards are widely spread nowadays. You can find different kinds of flashcards on the websites, whether on the internet or you can buy them and anything from this. So they are all available for every teacher nowadays. And these flashcards could be like connected with days and activities as well. Also, you can use some real life connections. And I think the students like most about speaking about their own lives and speaking about their families, their relationships with their friends and their mates. If you just give them the opportunity to express themselves, you can ask them about their weekly routines and about their favorite days, and they also connected about like, what's your favorite day? My favorite day is Friday. Why do you think that Friday is your favorite day because I always sit with my grandparents, or I always visit my grandfather or grandmother. So they see very simple sentence structures that may be so useful and fruitful in such sessions. Okay, so what else could just to talk about some interactive example that we may use inside the classroom. We can use day of the week chant. You know that there are too many chants and songs on the internet. A lot of websites are presenting such chants. If you just search on Google, try to Google it, and everywhere you can find the chant and song about the Monday, about the days of the week, and the activity that you ask them after hearing the song. What's the day today? And the students start responding. The day today is Monday, or like Thursday, wherever. What is it? The day is it? Okay, and also you can use the daily routines just to show them some flashcards and try to connect the days with the meals and the routine of the daily habits of eating, like show some flashcards using breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and all you have to do to put them the sentence structure on the board, and they start to follow this sentence structure and start to building their own sentences afterward. Like I eat breakfast at 7 a.m., I have lunch at 1 p.m. and they start to imitate and mime and try to do it. Yes, I think that there are some comments here saying that all the curriculum is on the internet in kinds of videos and visuals and songs. Yes, it's something that's so very easy. You can do it very like applicable in all of our classes. But if your school has limited resources, if there are no any resources for media, you can use the flashcards, you can use the images in the book, you can use drawings or visuals or inferences on the board. So we are speaking about all the resources, all the material that you can gather. If your school is limited resources, so you can use the flashcards, or you can use the picture, whatever they are using. But if your school is highly techniqued, is highly tech and equipped with the highly technicians, or high technicians, you can use the videos or the songs or chants as well. What else? You can use food vocabulary game, something that is food according to their interests, according to the questions you may ask, and waiting for their answers. Students match food words with pictures, and the activity that you are using here, what's your favorite food, and they have to answer on you and respond to you. What are the interactive activity that could be useful in such an incident? You can use the weekly routine chart. You know that the primary stage classrooms always filled with the charts and colorful charts on the walls, and you can use the weekly routine chart. You can make a calendar on the walls of your class, and after that, students fill in their daily routines each day after day. For example, that today is Sunday, and they have to write what did they eat on Sundays. So what do they have for breakfast on Sundays, and what do they have for lunch in Fridays, for example. So the weekly routine tour is something that if so efficient, they can ask them to bring some cards, or they can just do it in their sketches inside the class. And also you can use the role playing, you know, that they like miming and they like acting out things. You can use the students act out daily routines, or go shopping, or food. Also, you can use songs and trends, create a song about days of the week and daily habits. And now everything is available on AI. You know that AI technology is now available. You can use, or you can just give them the context and ask them to make the lyrics, and ask them to make the rhyme, and just you choose the beat, and you choose the pitch, you choose the intonation, and you choose everything, and then it's something like immediately create the song for you according to the theme, just to write down the theme that you are talking about, and the AI will do anything for you in seconds. Okay, so everything is available on the internet, and you can use it in a very simple way. What else? If we just looked at the unit 2, grade 2, and the title of this unit is talking about at the store. And what is the focus? What are the main aims, objectives of this unit? This unit is talking about basic dictionary, short vocabulary, and answering simple questions about items in the store using there are and there aren't. And what's going to be the most beneficial teaching method that may be used in such an issue? The most important thing that, and I think that this is stationery items or use flashcards, and I think that if you ask them to open their pencil cases, you can find all these stationery items inside their pencil cases, and you start showing them their things in real situations, and they start asking them what is this, and they start saying this is a rubber, this is a pencil, this is an eraser, and so on. Also, role play. I told you before that they like to mime. If you use role playing, you can set up a mock store and practice buying and selling, and they're gonna love it so much. I think that I have saw a video on the internet is having this role play. They had very simple items on the desk in front of them, and one is the customer and the other is the buyer and the other is selling these items, and they start asking and answering questions about buying and selling stationery items. And also, how can I get this structure? You just write down the structure in simple sentences on the board, and they start using them as a reference. After that, you can use also the visual aids. Use pictures or videos of stationery store, and they kind of find it so helpful and easy in using them in the session. What about the interactive examples? You can use it, or you can write down the vocabulary items, and you can use the flashcards or drawings in front of them on the board, like pen, pencil, eraser, ruler, or notebook. Or you can just hang some realia on the board, and they are going to identify what are they. And then you practice with them, what's that, and they start saying it's a and the item that you are showing to them. And after that, start asking some questions in order to give them the instruction, in order to give them the grammar rule that you're using indirectly inside or within, embedded in the text that they are having, like are there any pens, or asking a question, how much is the pencil? After that, start answering the questions with them, like yes, there are bands, or no, there aren't any bands, and start to highlight and just make some highlighters on the most important structure that you would like to convey, like yes there are and no there aren't, and we add any in the negative sentences. And after that, the answer of the question, how much is the pencil, they'll learn how to say it's, and to give them the price is 10 pounds, it's 20 pounds, and whatever they're using. What about the interactive activity that may use in such an incident? Like we use this tool setup, you can divide into customers and shopkeepers, as I told you before. You can practice buying stationery game, find the item, you give them items, the name of some items, and you are asking them to go and search for these items inside the classroom and start finding this item based on the descriptions given to them. Okay. Also, you can use dialogues, like for example, one of them saying, do you have a pen? And the other reply, yes, there is one. It's 5 pounds. So just write down the structure on the board as a reference, and they are going to use all these structures in an easy way without being bothered to introduce them orally. If we just looked at Unit 3, Grade 3, you can find this unit there talking about heroes around us. And what is the focus about this unit? This unit is talking about vocabulary, heroes in our life, using adverbs of sequence. And I think the adverbs of sequence is a little bit tricky. So this is going to describe a hero's action in order, giving short presentation about choosing hero. How could this be done inside the class? Let us see. What are the most beneficial teaching methods could be used in such a unit? Storytelling. The storytelling, you can share stories about heroes, for example, firefighters or doctors. Also, you can use visual ads, give them picture about different heroes or videos about to speak about doctors, just to give them a pre-video of talking about doctors and so on, whatever, according to the level of your students and according to the proficiency of their English, according to the backgrounds and the cultural background information, according to the environment that they are living in. Also, you can use the discussion. They are in grade 3 now and they are grown up. They can build up sentences in a clear and simple way. So you can use this kind of methods, like asking students about their heroes. Who is your favorite hero and why they admire them? When you ask this question to the students, you just give them the opportunity to express their feelings and express their emotions, and they feel that they are important to be heard up and speak about their feelings. So when we ask them, also at the same time, we teach them to know the values of being of respect and having responsibilities. As well as you admire your heroes, you also respect them. That means that you are respecting them. That means that you know that they are having a lot of responsibilities. So if you would like to be like them, you have to take responsibility too. What about the interactive example that may be used in such a unit? The vocabulary or the main vocabulary may be used in this unit could be like hero, doctor, firefighter, teacher, or even a parent. Also, you have to tell them that it doesn't mean that a hero could be a firefighter or a doctor or any job that you are seeing in front of you or any job that you would like to be in the future, but it could be also a parent, it could be your father, it could be your mother, also it could be your grandfather, grandmother, it could be these are the people you are considering that they are your heroes. And after that, you have to show them the adverbs of sequence, like first, then, next, and finally. For example, like first, the firefighter arrives. Do you see? Very simple question, very simple sentences. Then, he saved the cat. Next, he helps people. Finally, he returns home. In this way, you just give them the adverbs of sequence, but not telling them they are adverbs of sequence. You just know that they are adverbs of sequence because they are giving you the order of actions in anyone's life. And we just taken on focusing on the heroes' lives. What about description or describing a hero's actions? For example, you give them this on the board and as a model, and after that they start to imitate it on their books or in their notebooks, writing about their own heroes by using the adverbs of sequence, like saying first, Dr. Iman checks the patients. Then she operates on them. Next, she gives them medicine. Finally, she visits them again. Do you see? We just use these adverbs of sequence in order to give directions, in order to give the order of the actions of in their lives, of the heroes' lives. What about the interactive activities? You can use the hero trades, and this could be like students act out a hero without speaking, only miming. They just act out a hero without speaking, and the others try to guess what is his hero or who is his hero, or what is the personality that he is playing. Also, you can use hero timeline. Hero timeline, you can create a timeline in order to learn or in order to teach them how to use the adverbs of sequence. You can create a timeline of a hero's actions by using sequence adverbs by writing first, and they have to complete the first sentence, and after then you write them and they have to create the next action in their day. After that you write next and they have to write down the next action in their day, and after that you write down finally, and this is the final action in their day that you are describing, or the action describing in their days. Also, you can use presentations, and this is very important. This is a very important grade through the grown up. But I told you before, they have to learn how to present in front of others. They have to learn how to get some communication skills, and one of these communication skills is to know how to present. Very simple. I'm not talking about that taller presentations out there. I'm talking about simple presentations with simple sentences that may give them the confidence in order to produce the language correctly with confidence, not without hesitation. So you can use the My Hero presentation. Students present about the chosen hero. You would just give them the instructions, and you can, if they cannot know about their heroes, you can give them, as I told you before, the vocabulary of heroes on the board: doctor, firefighter, teacher, parent, and they have to choose and pick up their favorite hero, and after that use the adverbs of sequence in order to describe actions in their day, and you can write down the sentence on the board as a model, and then they started to infer. After that they elaborate, and they after that started to present in front of their students inside the classroom. Okay. Let's speak about the suitcase stories, Unit 3 and Grade 5. Unit 3, Grade 5, like target vocabulary, preparations, and destinations, express future plans and intentions, using going to in affirmative, negative, and question, talking about future travel plans in a role play format. Now they are grown up, they are in Grade 5, and they can speak about their future plans. What are the teaching method could be used in such a unit? You can use visual aids, you can use pictures of travel destinations and items, you can use things that from their environment. If they are from Suez, you can use the photo of the Corniche or the photo of the museum, and these are destinations. How could you prepare for this destination, or your plan for travel plans if you would like to spend a vacation in another place outside your governorate? So you can give them some pictures of travel destinations. Also, you can use the role playing. Students practice booking flights, checking into hotels. What else? What could be the interactive examples could be used inside the classroom? Travel plans, for example, that someone asking, what are you going to do on vacation? And the other reply, going to relax on the beach. Also, role playing. Maybe some students say that, are you going to travel to Alexandria? Yes, I'm going to visit the library and eat seafood. So these are samples of using the language in a simple way inside the classroom. Also, you are giving them the input on the board, and you are waiting for the output, and this could be through these dialogues and conversations between them. Also, the interactive activity that may use inside this travel planning, you can plan a trip to a destination and share plans using going to. In this case, they learn how to use going to in order to express future plans, and this is going to be through the travel destinations, and this all existed in the textbook you can find in your book. Travel bingo, you can create this game, is so beneficial, and I have already done this with my students inside the class. And travel bingo, for example, like find someone who is going to, for example, visit a museum, find someone who's going to relax on the beach, find someone who's going to visit his relatives, find someone who's going to sleep at home. It doesn't mean that you have to go anywhere. Okay. So I think that after we finished all the breakdown of this unit, as you see that if you open the book, you can find all the texts are genuine, authentic, and realistic. Also, students that practice through what? Through repetition, acting, miming, and role-playing. You can also use songs and chants, as I told you before. And AI applications are everywhere. If you would just write down the theme of the song that you would like to, you aspire to, and you can find in seconds the lyrics with the rhyme, with the pitch, with intonation, everything that you need, with the kind of music that you would like to express with your students. And at the end of the session, I'm going to show you a kind of a song that we're going to just hear, and I have just made it by myself. Okay, and also you can change the dynamic and the refocus of your learners according to your students' interests and backgrounds. Also, learners just don't let the activities go. But the most important thing is try not to get all the activities too long in order not to get bored. So all the activities must be within a 5 minutes activity. A 5-minute activity, only 5-minute activity, because too long activities may make them feel gutted. Okay. And after that, we're gonna speak about phonics and language integration. You know that phonics supports reading, writing, and speaking, and each unit that you are having in your book introduces sound that helps students with reading and writing, because as if they don't know the phonics, if you don't know how to pronounce the word, they cannot understand how to read, and they cannot know how to write. So they are so important in order to integrate phonics with the language. For example, in Unit 2, Grade 2, I think that you will be exposed to long vowels like long U and long O for the words nose, cube, and tube. So what can be the practical application, something that very applicable inside the class and that can be useful for my students? You can use for reading support words like nose, cube, tube in sentences, and you ask students to read these sentences aloud, focusing on the vowel sounds. If you would like to support writing, you can use dictation exercise. Write words with a long Q or the long O with the sound like, for example, like cube or tube. If you would like to support speaking, so you can just play the game, find the sound, and the students start to find objects in the classroom with these two sounds. So they have to find and search for any object around them inside the classroom in order to find the two sounds that you are teaching to them. So it's very important to know the phonics and in order to know how to read, write, and speak. What can be the activity that may be used in such one? A word sort. You can just use the word sort and try to sort words. You can just draw buckets, 2 buckets on the board with the long O or the long U, and start to give them some random words and ask them to read them aloud and to try to sort them out and to try to classify them into the order, into the correct or the suitable bucket. For example, sort words into long U or long O, cube, nose, tube, mouse, and they have to read them aloud and try to figure out in which bucket we would put the correct sound. Also, you can play the phone's bingo. You can play bingo with words containing the long O or the long U sounds. After that, you can use them in sentence building. Students build sentences using words like cube, nose, tube. So you write down the sentences and just to concentrate and focus on the sound. We only focus on the sound, not on the meaning of the word. And in order to try to make sentences by using these words and to try to find out some similar words that they have already learned before from previous sessions and trying to use them in sentences and build more and more sentences to try to enhance their skills and widen their horizons. What about the life skills and values? I think that each unit teaches life skills like respect, sharing, kindness, and responsibility. Each lesson, students just integrate life skills and values in between. They are embedded in the texts. They are embedded in the structure they are given. They are embedded in all the skills that you are given. For example, In Unit 2, Grade 2, you can find students learn how to communicate and take responsibilities at the same time, make decisions. Unit 1, Grade 1, you can find that students are aware of tone expressions. They learn self-confidence, sharing, and communication. What about the interactive activity? How could we use such values and skills and be embedded in my sessions and in my lesson? You can ask students to discuss and share values, like asking them, what does it mean to be a good friend? If you ask it to your friends for grade 5 or grade 6, they are grown up and they can speak about their emotion feelings. So you can ask them, how does it mean to be a good friend? What does it mean for you? And they start conversation in groups, because grouping is so important. Why is it important to help at home? And something that teach them how to take responsibility and how share responsibility with others. Also, this connects language learning to real-world actions. We're not just teaching them English as a subject. We're just teaching English as language could be used in so many situations. What about the teacher-student interaction? لا السكشن الأولاني أقرب. Okay, what about the teacher-student interaction? You know that the teacher role is so important. You are not just to deliver content, but also for foster a positive learning environment. I told you before, if the student felt secured in the classroom, he felt that this is a secure environment, so that may encourage him in order to participate, in order to be engaged, in order to involve in such a process, and also try to celebrate their progress, whatever what is it. If the progress is little, or if this is not too much, but you have to festive all these kinds of progress. What about the interactive example that could be used in order to enhance the teacher and the student interaction? You can use praise in order to motivate your students. And these such as great job, you got it, you nailed it, you ate it, and great job in doing plans for your future travels. Also, you can say, you did well speaking about your hero. So all these motivation phrases only in order to praise their progress and celebrate or festive their progress. Also encourage peer learning. Bad students, I told you before, all the interactive patterns, only learning is better in interactive patterns, in interactive environment. Bad students use up to practice dialogues, so they can help each other with correct pronunciation and sentence structure. They maybe help each other in order to pronounce the words correctly. At the same time, they help each other to build sentence in a correct way. So you can put them into pairs, asking and answering the questions according to the structure that you've given on the board. What about the assessment and continuous learning? You know that their ongoing assessment, you assess your students, is not just about quizzes. You can use all the interactive activities that we have mentioned before as a tool of assessment. Never concentrate on the quizzes or the test or the evaluation in order to assess your students. You can assess them according to all the interactive activities given before. You can assess their according to the demonstrated learning. You can show me 3 animals, or you can ask them to count to 10 according to their stage, according to their grade. Also, you can track their progress. You encourage a teacher to track students' verbal and written progress over time. Focus only on improvement rather than accuracy. What about the continuous learning cycle? If I would like to build a continuous learning cycle inside the class, what should I do? First of all, assess, check understandings through quizzes and the projects. Number 2, feedback. Give constructive feedback to students. Adjust. Try to adapt teaching and learning strategies. Try to make a strategic learning and teaching. Improve students learn in order to learn and grow. What could be the interactive example? You as a teacher could ask your students, how did you find today's lesson and future plans? So students could say a bit tricky, but the teacher can just say, let's explore more examples and practice together. And this shows ongoing assessment and adaptation for students' growth. All these kinds of things, I think, and I bet you that you are all doing inside your classes. And I know that all of you are the magicians of your classes. You can just master the ongoing assessment and adjust the language and the strategies or the methods are given out there. Tracking progress methods, you can use portfolios, collect students' work samples, and I think this is on the assessment box, and you don't have to make any portfolios because you can find your assessment box out there. Number 2, regular feedback. Always you should give them regular feedback, teacher and peer feedback, not only from the teacher, but all maybe from their peers or from themselves. Self-assessment, students reflect on their progress, and we can find this at the end of each unit. The students just reflect on their progress and mark on how progress that they make. The interactive examples, a teacher may say that show me your writing journal if you are speaking about higher grades or upper grades. What's improved? Maybe students know and recognize and identify how progress does he or she make. I use more descriptive words, and the teachers praise him and motivate him by saying great progress, but let us add more examples if you would like to move to accuracy and fluency as well. And this shows tracking growth and encouraging reflection. And now comes to the conclusion of the first part. And I would like to tell you that the new curriculum is all about building language skills step by step. And we are just trying to integrate phonics values and practical language usages to help students engage with the world around them. All this should be like genuine and authentic at the same time. You can find that all the topics are so related to their real lives and something that are not ordinary, something's not out of them, something that is very near to them. They just know they can use the language whether inside the classes or whether outside the classrooms or outside their schools even. And I think that here comes to the end of part 1. And are we going to have a break? هناخد استراحة؟ خمس دقايق كده؟ No, we just yes. Okay, so but before moving to the next part, I just need to ask you if you find anything interesting of the previous sessions, if you find something that could be beneficial and fruitful, could be used and applicable in your classes, please could you share it with me? And if you have any adjustments or adaptations of this, please could you just let me know? Yes, any one of you could share. Any one of you could share. I'm going to repeat my question again. If you find any of these activities or interactive activities are applicable inside your classes, or you could just add some adjustments or adaptation to these strategies and make it strategic according to your own point of view and perspective, please share with us. Yes, who is ready to share? I think that today is a cozy day. It's not cold as usual. Yes, please. Anyone, please. If anyone is available who could just answer our question.
Ismailia.
Again, Ismailia again.
Oh.
Okay, Ismailia. Yeah, yes. Anyone available, Ismailia?
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
لو سمحتي please your question is not clear. Your question is not clear.
My question is not clear. Okay, so I asked you to, if you find any of these interactive activities are applicable inside your classes, let me know. And if you can add some adjustments to these strategies to be fit in your classes.
Yes. We apply most of the methods you have told us. we apply most of the methods you have told us.
Okay. Are there any changes you have made in order to make it more fruitful and suitable for your class interests and backgrounds?
Yes,
No.
yes. It's very influential. They are very influential. Role playing. We like the what you asked about what we like most in your method. I think what we like the most. What are the most applicable things we have entertained with you?
Okay. Thank you, Ismail, for your sharing. Thank you for brilliant ideas. So anyone else could share with us? I think that if you raise your hands, any one of you would like to share with us their insights.
Yes, Fayoum, is it okay? Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Fayoum?
Yes.
Yes, hi Rana. I send my greetings to you, Rana.
Yes.
And also
how are you, Dr. Fodil?
hello, Rana. And I send my greetings to Ms. Iman Youssef and Dr. Hala Abdel Salam. Okay, let me start with 3 points that I appreciate so much of the philosophy of the new curriculum, and the other one is a question. The C1, I like the philosophy of the growth mindset vs fixed mindset. I like that as you build your language skills according to cognitive and metacognitive skills of the 21st century skills.
Yes.
And I like that they touch the abstract ideas, not just an idea and a theory, but just a practice language inside the classroom as the teacher builds that community using English as a sort of communication. And this is the main rule of a teacher in all ages. I like that so much. The other one is the power of yet. The power of yet, it means that we have something to do. We are moving from the mind of memorizing to the mind of a growth journey. Every station in our journey is a sort of learning process that we learn more and more, and we build on this stage to prepare ourselves for the next station. I like it so much. And the last one is resilience. Resilience is to keep trying every time we have faced a lot of challenges. We don't stop, but all the time we keep trying on and on till we got to the end of our journey. And the question is, I think, is there a teacher's guide for our teachers to guide them and to make them to work as a team all the time? And I appreciate your work so much, all of you, and really it's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Appreciated it, Dr. Fodil. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for fruitful insights out there. They are so respected, highly respected, and I think that you just concluded all what I have said in only 3 items. Thank you for sharing, and I think that the question is gonna be answered at the end of the session, inshallah, by Dr. Iman Youssef, and so I just kept your question. At the end of the session, all the answers will be shown, inshallah, bismillah. Okay, so anyone would like to share with us? Anyone would like to add some insights to what we have said? Or any interactive activities that you find interesting or maybe applicable or used? Can you just share with us? Sways, where are you people? Okay. Yes, anyone else would like to share? Suways? Damietta, anyone? Aliyubia?
ايوه القليوبيه مع حضرتك. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Well, first, we would like to thank you for your efforts, Dr. Hala Abdel Salam and Dr. Iman Youssef. Thank you very much for your efforts so as to break the ice of the new curriculum. It's well known that practice training helps us as teachers to dive into teaching, to focus, to follow and teaching methods, interactive examples, presentation, and interactive activities. But do you really think that just a 2-hour training session is enough for the clarification of the new curriculum?
No.
We would like more practice, more training,
Yes,
so as to dive better
practices.
into the new curriculum.
Yeah, inshallah, there are going to be more practice, there are going to be more trainings on this curriculum, and there are going to be a lot of them, but adjusted, this is like a spark of light, okay? So, inshallah, there are going to be more and more of these trainings and practices as well. Okay, thank you.
We really appreciate your efforts, but we want more training sessions so as to dive better into the new curriculum.
Okay, your request is highly respected, and inshallah, going to be like applied soon, business. Thank you, Alubia. Thank you, Alubia, for sharing. Thank you for your thoughtful insights. Okay, so before we proceed, anyone would like to share with us? Okay, so we are going to proceed our next session. So anyone would like to share with us? If you would like to share, please raise your hand. This is going to be the last sharing. Anyone who is here? Okay, that's enough. Okay, thank you all of you for your thoughtful insights. And now let's go on for the next part of the presentation. Every activity that you are having inside the class, every lesson and every unit is tailored. Why? They are tailored to meet the needs, interests, and learning paces of the students. We have different learning intelligence. We have different learning needs and interests. So each unit is tailored in order to just meet all these needs. Differentiated one, all the classes are so diverse and differentiated students inside it. So why it matters? Students are encouraged to actively participate in their learning rather than being passive recipients of the information. Never try to put your students as passive recipients for this information. Just to try to make them highly activated persons inside the class, and just to try to engage them and involve them, participate as much as they can. Also, teachers act always as guides, a facilitator, rather than lecturers. They offer more and more opportunities for them to explore, to collaborate, and to try hands-on learning. After that, what are the examples that could be used to share? And instead of memorizing list of words, and instead of making them memorize the words of heroes vocabulary, or even the transportation or destinations vocabulary, maybe students might be asked to describe their favorite toy, or talk about their family members or their heroes, their plans in the future, or about the job that they admire to be in the future, or about the environment that they are living in, so they can say or connect English to their own world, their own personality. Also, what else? Building a strong foundation in language skills. The curriculum emphasizes the fundamentals of language like phonics, vocabulary, also sentence structure and communication skills. We start from simple concepts and gradually increasing in complexity. Why it matters? Young learners need a strong foundation in basic language skills before they can move on to more advanced topics. So the curriculum focuses on language comprehension and expression, as you say. Students will not only learn words, very simple sentence structures, they how to use them in real life situations. For example, they learn how to greet someone, they learn what to say in a family gathering, they learn how to describe an object, whether the stationary object like we saw in Unit 2, and also they learn how to ask different questions and how to answer if they were asked. In early units, students will learn how to use simple phrases like, my hero is my father. In lesson 1 in this unit, they start learning how to say, my hero is and they mention their own hero. And or they can say, I have a pencil. So they start to communicate with very simple sentences. And later in the upcoming lessons, afterward, we can find that they expand into more complex ideas. Like after saying, my hero is my father, they can start describing their hero, and they can describe their emotions and feelings by saying, my hero is brave and I'm proud of him. So they just started from simple sentences structures, and after that they went to more complex sentence to sound more natural and using them in a very suitable context. Also, after saying I have a pencil, they can say, hello, I'd like a pencil. What else? We know that contextualization is so important if you would like to deliver a great language. And this is what we have done inside the book. Language is best learned when it is connected to the students' daily lives and experiences. This means that the curriculum includes practical situations that students can relate to. Why it matters. Students start to retain language better when they use it in a meaningful context. So they always use the language in meaningful contexts, like talking about their family habits. When they speak about the weeks of the day, they start talking about their daily habits, their eating habits, their favorite food, or their future plans, according to the item, according to the topic that you are discussing inside the class. The curriculum also encourages real-life world interactions. For example, all the role playing that you will always do inside the class and the group activities with the different activity patterns, so students can practice English in a social setting. When learning vocabulary related to family, students may be asked to create a family tree. Maybe they are asked to introduce their family members in English. They start to produce the language in an accurate and fluent way after giving them the simple instructions of making simple sentence structures and making the lesson more personal and relatable to their own lives. Also, the integration of life skills and values. The curriculum goes beyond language and incorporates life skills and social values, such as respect. When they know about their hero, they know that they respect them. And when they learn about their hero, they know that they take responsibility. So if you would like to have them as a role model, you also have to take responsibility. Also, they learn how to cooperate with each other in order to make it to success. Why it matters. Language isn't just about communication, it's about fostering positive relationships. And it starts with the relationship between you as a teacher and your students inside the classroom. And you know that this is the building the rapport. If you build a positive rapport, this is the first step in building a positive relationship. And after that, the positive relationship between you, the students themselves, and between the students and the entire school, building social understanding. They start to understand that this is the social setting that you are dealing with. You have to respect your mates and respect your teacher and respect other teachers and the principal inside the class. تمام ثواني ثواني لسه حاجة تطلع فوق ثواني تخلص. Okay, and after that, we spoke about the holistic reasons, holistic development, like cognitive, emotional, social, and I would like to thank Dr. Fulil for mentioning such a thing before in the discussion. And the curriculum aims to develop students holistically, addressing their cognitive thinking skills, emotional feelings, and social interacting, the development, the producing of the language. Learning language is not just about knowing words or grammar, it's about being able to use that language to express ideas, understand others, and navigate the world. The curriculum encourages social interaction, teamwork, and critical thinking, which supports both academic and personal growth. And the group activities where students collaborate to solve problems out together, such as figuring out how to choose a hero, or planning future travels, or helping them or helping them in order to create their own thoughts or in order to create practice the language. Okay, so this is how they could be improved holistically. And let's take the other item here. What is it?
عايزين شريحة كام؟
Okay, خلاص 34 ماشي. Okay. Also, positive reinforcement and confidence building. How could this be? The curriculum is designed in order to build student confidence by celebrating small victories and fostering them, encouraging active participation, and they have to know that mistakes are allowed. They are seen as an essential part of the learning process. So, like practice always makes perfect. And why it matters, confidence is critical for language learners. When they are confident, they are free, and they are not clumsy or awkward anymore. They are free to participate. They are free to express their own feelings and emotions. When the student feels supported and encouraged, they are more likely to take risk and improve. Teachers are encouraged to provide positive feedback, as we said before, regularly, focusing on what students have accomplished rather than what they haven't. And if students say, I have a big dog with the wrong pronunciation, the teacher can say, that's awesome. Praise him. And now let's try the word dog together. And praise the student for trying. And this helps reduce the fear for making mistakes. So it's okay to make mistakes. Without mistakes, you cannot be perfect. And the continuous progress and reinforcement. And the curriculum designed to build knowledge over time with regular reinforcement previously. And where it matters, the language acquisition is a gradual process. Regularly revisiting the reinforcing vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation ensures long-term retention. And the curriculum supports spiral learning, where new concepts build on old ones, allowing students to progress at their own pace. After students learn basic colors and shapes, for example, they will continually encounter those words later in units, like identifying days of the week and stationary vocabulary by using the colors and shapes at the start of my week. And this ongoing exposure helps them to reinforce their knowledge and reinforce the language. I think that we have taken this before. And let's now start to wrap up what we have said. But I just made the wrap up in a very small song, and I will give you the lyrics, and you can hear the lyrics out there, and you can see the lyrics. And I will just play the song, and this is a song that I have made from a text, and I just, with the help of the AI, I give him the lyrics, and it just gave me the music and the intonation, the pitch. So this is the last part of our presentation for today. I'm gonna just finish with this song, and now you have the lyrics in front of you on the screen. Just listen to the song and see how it could be like beneficial and make the presentation, your presentation or your class, more fun.
It's a journey unique and true. Meaningful, engaging, connected to you. Nation strong, values we. Confident hearts that believe. Every student shines, supported with care, creativity, respect and kindness guide us along. Learning English with hearts that are strong. Choose power to connect, to share. Daily interactions with love and care. Active participation, we grow as one. Well-rounded individuals having fun. Every student shines. Supporting creativity, respect and kindness guide us along. Learning hearts that are strong. With care, creativity, respect, we thrive. Unique learners together we strive. Every student shines. Care, creativity, each day. Respect and kindness guide us along. Hearts that are strong. Hearts that are strong.
So I think that you heard the song, and you know that the AI is amazing, guys. You can use it to make your session fun. You can just make all the text that you are having, the textbook, into songs and chants, and children gonna love it so much, and they're gonna be so effective and fruitful as well. I'm gonna show you, this is the manuscript. This is the manuscript that I gave to the AI, and they gave me the lyrics and they gave me the intonation. And just choose the kind of music, and after that give me the final product. Do you see that? So fun, and children gonna love it, as told you before. And here comes to the end of our session for today, and I hope that it could be like fruitful and beneficial for all of you, and I hope that you just never get bored or frustrated. I can see that there are here some questions, but someone is saying and asking, I think that who's asking in Gharbia, I think. Santa, yes, إدارة السانتا. I think they are asking that these are too many activities that we cannot implement inside the session because of the duration of the session is not enough for all this. But if you just try to make some management to these activities, I think that are going to help you. And inshallah, in the upcoming sessions or in the upcoming trainings, there are going to be some trainings on how to manage the session or the lesson in an effective way by including all the crucial and important activities, and also at the same time answering the assessments. Yes, so this is the question. Yeah, okay. And so only a very simple time management to all the activities that you are having inside the class will be the key of this the answer of this question. A very simple classroom management and manage all these kinds of activities. And I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you for being here for today. And I know that this is the mid-year vacation and all of you would like to spend a day with your family out there. So I appreciate your coming for this training and also appreciate your efforts, all your insights that you have shared in this training as well. So I would like to thank you all for being here. And you know that all the development, the professional development is so important if you would like to enhance your skills as a teacher. So this is very important and crucial for your professional development. And all those who ask it for more trainings and practices, I think inshallah they're going to be more and more with a cooperation with others and prestigious institutions out there. So thank you for all again for your attendance. And I think that we have to end now, but before ending, I hope that the session interested you. It's not boring. It's not. I don't know if it's interesting or boring. So I'm gonna wait for comments. Send me your comments and your participations after that. Thank you all of you, and now we have to end. خلاص كده يا جماعة. Okay. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.